Welcome back. We'll talk some Kyler Murray in just a second. But first, Jags and Ravens and rookie quarterback Gardner Minshew getting absolutely annihilated by Baltimore linebacker Kenny Young.
Fumbled snap put him in a really bad spot here. They didn't throw the flag on this, and I think that was right not to. I don't think the defender was leading with his helmet, even though the quarterback...
Yeah, bad snap. Dropped the snap, but the hot was to the right. He misread it. That's the reason he got hit in his face.
Falcons undrafted rookie Preston Williams with an unbelievable one-handed over-the-shoulder catch here.
He made another catch that was inside the 5-yard line early third quarter that was excellent. Made me read up a little bit on him. He has been the star of Dolphins camp, undrafted free agent with a great chance of making that team, potentially making an impact for that team. He had a great day.
Great throw, even better catch.
Yeah, Rosen and he had a good connection yesterday.
Cardinals and Chargers, Trent Sherfield making the over-the-shoulder grab here, able to keep both feet in, and that's a touchdown.
We saw a lot of good throwing and catching last night. This was a special catch, especially his footwork here. Quarterback puts it in the only spot where the DB is not going to be able to get it. Nice fade on the ball over your outside eye, little toe tap.
It's a heck of a throw by Brett Hundley. It's a nice play by former Packer Brett Hundley. Exactly right, Jenna.
Sticking with the Cardinals now, but on to the #1 overall pick, Kyler Murray, and his first live game action. If he was nervous, he hit it well. Definitely an efficient night, working out of the shotgun the whole time. Went 6 of 7, 44 yards in 10 plays. His night was done after that. After getting that first preseason game out of the way, Kyler said it was a dream come true to play last night.
I think, it's natural as rookies just to, kind of have expectations, how is it going to be, overthinking stuff like that. But for me, I was just going out there being myself, like always, trusting my abilities, trust what coach calls, and just trying to go out there and execute what he calls. So it was fun.
It's great that was his takeaway, that it was fun. He seemed really relaxed, at least at the presser up there. What was your first impression of Kyler Murray last night, Steve?
A lot of the formation, a lot of the plays we're very, very familiar with. They have changed either their offense as far as what they're presenting and what they're going to compared to what Cliff and what Kyler is used to run in college. And you can see from Baker Mayfield, one thing that Cleveland did that really gave Baker an advantage, they put in some Lincoln Riley things from college. This, though, to me, because I wanted to see what is the air raid offense, who is Cliff Kingsbury as a coach, what they're going to try to do. But they put him in a good situation. They got the ball out of his hand very, very quick. The offensive line weren't able to take advantage of because they got some huge question marks there. So 1, 2, 3 in the gun. I think it's important people know that he's going to be more effectively playing in the gun at that height. Not 100%, but it's going to be in the 90% as far as him being in shotgun. They ran one RPO where he had the option to either give it to the back, throw the swing, or run it. He was utilizing his feet only to be able to throw the ball. He should have had a perfect night, but wide receiver stepped out of bounds. So an illegal touch on the incompletion, not his fault. But you can see from the film, he can flat sling it. 1, 2, 3, out, deep out to the left. 1, 2, 3, oh, my #1's not there. He gets down to the back. And also the play calling was very understandable for a rookie quarterback. Let's get him successful, quick. Let's run some screen passes, get him some completions, because their first possession, he was backed up to the goal line, 2-yard line. That's the hardest way to start an offensive series. They were still aggressive enough, believed in him enough. He drove them down, got a couple first downs, and then they turned it over on downs, and that was the night. But for the first pick in the draft, I thought he did a good job. I thought Cliff Kingsbury did a good job of scheming to get him through the number of plays that he was going to play.
You keyed on what I thought was the most important part of it, was his first touch in an NFL game, albeit a preseason game, is inside his own 5-yard line. And they have him in the shotgun, and he ends up, you talked yesterday about how one of the tougher things college to pro for a lot of different reasons, but is the narrower hash marks. He's right in the middle of the field, and they trust him to throw a deep out to the sideline to get him a breathing room and a first down, and that arm strength was right there.
Yeah. When I say the hash marks, I'm only talking about for the coaches and the scheme. I'm not talking about the guys who can throw. All right. In college, the guys who can't throw, you're able to exploit them because they're not going to throw to the field. So there's not an advantage or disadvantage for him because of his skill, but based on the offense and how they call plays.
So hash marks notwithstanding, that is, I mean, this is a big-time NFL throw. The deep out to the sideline is a big-time NFL throw, and so his first throw was a tough one, and then you saw an easy pass for a first down on a second one. His third pass, he rolls out to the right and he finds someone. You mentioned the RPO, where he ends up throwing it almost horizontally to Larry Fitzgerald.
Yes.
And I don't know if it was the right decision or not, but it was an accurate pass.
It was the right decision because you don't want him running. In the game, you want him to be the triple threat, press the defense. In this time, you want him to get it to Fitzy. That's the part that I really enjoyed about that play.
Right, because in preseason game, you don't want your quarterback to take any hits if possible. And you mentioned the reason this drive didn't end in points was because they got the penalty on the one play because the receiver stepped out of bounds, and then Kyler got hit on a sack that knocked him out of field goal range. But he did everything you'd want him to do. He showed some escapability, but the escapability led to him throwing the ball, not trying to get yards with his feet. He had easy reads and some difficult throws. Like, as much as you can learn from one drive in one preseason game, Kyler Murray checked all the boxes you'd want to see.
And I asked you this morning, between the rookies that started yesterday, that played, Daniel Jones and Dwayne Haskins and Kyler, who was the most impressive? And right away you said Kyler Murray. What else do you want to see from him this preseason?
Well, you want him to keep growing. He's going to make some bad mistakes. But I like the fact of how they started. The foundation of this offense, if it is get the ball out of his hand, it's got a chance to be successful. One of the things about these offenses, that being Steve Spurrier, when he tried to bring his offense into the NFL, he didn't have flexibility. He was like, it's going to be my way. This is the scheme. There's not going to be any changes. Chip Kelly, he tried to run it that way. There's not going to be any changes, and both of them failed. If he has some flexibility, adopts NFL concepts, because you're going against NFL talent, NFL elite talent that can go sideline to sideline, it gives Kyler the best chance to be successful.
And last year, this was the worst offensive line in football. I understand they brought in some new people, so it won't be the same offensive line. But one of the reasons this offense was so bad last year was you had a terrible offensive line plus a quarterback that couldn't move around. Kyler, again, reminded you yesterday that even if the offensive line breaks down a bit, he can buy you a little extra time while keeping his eyes upfield to try to make productive plays. That's going to be important because even if the offensive line improves greatly, this isn't going to be a good offensive line this season, and so Kyler's going to have to be able to move around to keep himself upright.
All right, well, there was another rookie that made his debut last night. Coming up, Giants rookie Daniel Jones turned heads in his debut. That's next on First Things First.